I ate a lot of gummies. I'm experiencing significant back pain. It is distressing me and my homegirls. But I did want to come kick it and say, hey, and spend some time with y'all because it's been a minute. I feel like I'm gonna try to be more consistent in coming live and hanging out. But that last live, ooh, don't owe me nothing. I hope all is well though, truly. Man, I had a good ass burrito before I came here and a strawberry soda. So good. And some guacamole with the red salsa. Mm-mm. Don't owe me nothing. And my Uber driver was really nice. He was actually super handsome. And I kept on trying to get him a drink because, like, I feel like for me at this stage in colonization, ordering food online is demonic. And I feel like as much as I want to order something, I feel like taking an Uber to go get something hot was going to be the better option. Was the cheaper option too, which is crazy. But I literally did a round trip and my Uber driver was really nice. And my Uber driver came into the store with me, which always makes me feel good because like he wouldn't take a drink that I was trying to buy for him. And I was like, it's hot, you know? But he came in and got his own snacks. And then there was a lady at the grocery store I went to because it's a grocery store slash restaurant. But if you go into the grocery store, they have like a little kitchen setup where they'll make you like whatever the fuck you want, and it's so fucking good. Oh my god! Like I still have more of my burrito. I've been just eating it for hours. Wait, what was your dilemma? Tell me what was going on. But I feel full as hell. I feel so grateful. Like, bitch, man, you took the bus to get your food. I'm saying like the place was less than a mile, but like with my back right now, like I'm not walking, but ordering the food, like, and I already knew like what I was gonna order. It was gonna be wet as fuck. It was gonna be barely hot. I actually got to get my food made and get a snack from the store. So for me, that's what it was about. It was like I'm gonna get some snacks, but I totally blanked like when I was there. I seen the mangoes. I almost grabbed one, but I was like, honestly, I just feel like I don't know. I feel like mangoes feel like a toss up these days. Bitch, same, same, same. Like low key, like I feel like out of all the edibles I have, of course I wouldn't be able to find it right now. Oh, okay. These are my favorite. These are my favorites. The cotton candy. Oh my god. Like I feel like mm, one thing about it is I was feeling tingly as fuck the whole time I was going to get my fucking burrito. And the burrito dude, like, there's like three burrito dudes and their brothers, and I honestly want to fuck all of them. Like, I seen like the newest brother, and he looks like the other two. Like, there's two that I'm pretty sure are twins, and then the new one, oh my god, he's like just as hot as them, but he has like a chunkier face and like the chubbiest cheeks. And I was like, they made three of y'all. That is crazy. Three fine dudes in one family, and they all make burritos. Like, why would my pussy not get wet? But with that being said, I feel like I'm not gonna shoot my shot, but I know for next time I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I feel like I don't really hit on people that make my food. I feel like I leave people alone. I feel like it's weird to like try to like get somebody number at their job. That's just how I feel. I feel like when you're at the job, like leave me be. Because here's my thing: like if you ask me for my number at the job and I reject you, what you gonna do? You gonna go on Yelp now? You can go on Google? Like low key, bitch. Like I feel like that's one of those things. Like some bitches like fucking talk shit about me. Not the burrito. I'm screaming. Nah, you gotta do it. I'm just saying. Hear me out. Hear me out. They're fine as hell, but can you really fuck like three people in the same family? I just feel like that's Jerry Springer. That now we don't have communal space. I'm so sorry, bitch. That response is crazy. Yo, you're so fucking funny. Like I'm so mad. Like low key. Like I feel like I don't know like what your schedule's like, but I feel like it might be fun to do like a digital smoke sesh or like a digital, you know what I mean? Because I'm hosting a digital dinner on Sunday. I feel like that one's gonna be pretty emotional, so I don't know that this Sunday would be it, but maybe next Sunday just so we can book you in advance. But I feel like it might be fun to get high with you in the Discord if you want to come through. But like on Sunday nights, we've been doing some dinners. It's not been the most consistent, and I love that. I love that. Like sometimes people are like, "Bitch, I have a real life. I have things to do outside. I won't be available." And then there's times where like we're all there. There's times where like we're all just squatted up. But I feel like it's a nice little third space that's digital, so it costs no money, and someone with internet and like bandwidth is streaming it. You know what I mean? So you don't have to pay for the streaming service. So we're just trying to be mindful of the fact that like people be broke. Like I have friends right now that are all sharing like a Netflix account, and I told them that I would share with them some weed to like barter it, but things went left for me. Like someone threatened my life, bitch. I've been like keeping it cute. Like I have not spoken on it for real because I'm still like there's just moments where I'll be just like frying eggs and I'm like, yo, this bitch really said they're gonna kill me. Like I know that sounds crazy. I know it's a crazy sentence, but it's like that's real. Like someone literally recently told me they were gonna kill me, and the only thing that I did wrong was I don't even know in retrospect. Like I was trying to communicate with them. I kept on trying to explain to them like, hey, like can you text me over here? Can we message over here? And the energy was very much like, no. And it's like, babe, I need to message you over here. It's like I want to message you securely. And they were like, no. And they were getting mad, and it was frustrating because it's like we both were stressed. I'll give them that. But they started bugging out on me. And then I looked at their profile and I noticed that they were sharing a lot of Chris Brown content. And I was like, girl, and then all of a sudden they're like threatening my life. And I was like, bitch, no shade. But if I ever see Chris Brown on your page, I'm going to assume the worst and I'm leaving. Like, I just feel like it has been rare that someone likes Chris Brown and it works out for me. I hate to say that. I'm so sorry, Team Breezy, but it's been revealed to me many times. People that love Christopher Maurice Brown, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know, but I feel like every time I see someone post Christopher Maurice Brown, it's, it's, I don't know. Again, I know some people still love Chris Brown. I know that he has some good songs, but I genuinely feel like his energy every time he does something fucked up is very much like y'all bringing up some old shit, and it's like, no, bitch, we're literally talking about right now. Like it's literally like it was the way that like I'll never forget. I was in a car with like two of my friends at the time, and one of my friends had put on Chris Brown, and I just looked at them like, "Is that Chris Brown?" And they were like, yeah. And then our other friend in the back seat was like, what about Rihanna? I was like, Rihanna? Tiana? The security guard. Like, I was like, there's at least 15 people I can't remember, bitch, because I'm high. But, sweetie, like, Rihanna, Tiana, like, how many more? You know what I mean? And so it was like that moment really did break up our friendship, which is unfortunate. Like, I'm still friends with the person that was like, what about Rihanna? But the person that put on Chris Brown, they like literally dropped me as a friend for literally telling y'all about that situation, which was funny as fuck to me because like they had actually stopped being my friend before then, but they tried to say that like, oh, you were talking about me in the live. I was like, we haven't seen each other for 6 months. Like, I'm like, girl, it's okay. Like, you love Chris Brown that much. Enjoy. Here's my thing. I was like, is this Chris Brown? I literally was just confused. I didn't know we were still playing Chris Brown. I thought it was like R. Kelly. I just thought it was like a, you know what I mean? I thought it was like low-key, I wanted to share something. And then I was like, no. I want to share Grimes, the bitch that carried the seed for Elon. And I was like, bitch, I can't even support you publicly no more because you done carried a baby with Elon. Like, I just feel like I can't even do it. Like, no. Mm-mm. No. I love art angels, bitch. I love art angels. Kill V man, love art angels, but rhymes. And again, I don't care what anyone says. Like her letting him have access to her seed, terrible. No, 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 no. No, thank you. Again, I feel like again, I feel like there are probably people that still listen to R. Kelly, but they know good and goddamn well posting about it would be insane. And so I'm never gonna shit on you for listening to whatever the fuck you listen to, because bitch, I'm not there. I don't even know what the fuck you do. But again, if you're like publicly being like, let's give him a click and a view, you know what I mean? Let's give him a look. Like let's give him some business. Let's like remind people about him. I'm just gonna say no. I'm just gonna get out of here. I'm just gonna say delete, delete, delete. I'm crying at so you knew it was Chris Brown. I'm screaming. No, like low key, it is fellow light skinned people that like Chris Brown still. Like you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I see so many fellow light skinned people who love Chris Brown, and I'm just like, damn. And I feel like it's one of those things where it's like I feel like you just gotta get away. I feel like you can't even talk about it because I tried, like I said, I tried to engage someone that I really knew and loved in real life about Chris Brown very casually, and we are no longer friends. And they felt away about me bringing up Chris Brown. Whole time, I don't give a fuck if you like Chris Brown genuinely, but I feel like they know they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed, and I feel like that's the shit that's funny as fuck to me. It's like, bitch, you feeling shame about loving Chris Brown has nothing to do with me. Like, if you feel fucked up about loving Chris Brown, you could, like, at any point turn this shit the fuck off. Like, I just feel like at the end of the day, you clearly love Chris Brown. Like, enjoy. I just feel like people want you to, like, feel bad with them because you said something. Truly, bitch. Bitch. I was about to bother your ass today. But again, it's the way that people feel like, oh, you like such and such. And again, I feel like I rarely even engage, but I just feel like for the most part, it's been a situation where there's, I don't know. I just feel like I keep on meeting Chris Brown fans that are very toxic. And I just keep on feeling like I gotta just pay attention. It just ain't been safe, bitch. I have not met a Chris Brown fan that was sane and safe. And I say that with my whole fucking chest and my whole backs. Like, I am terrified of them. Like, they scare me. I don't think there's any other fan base that truly, like, terrifies me other than the Chris Brown people. Because it's almost like they're emboldened by the fact that he's, like, still out here dancing. Like, it's wild. It's like, it's very much like, if he wasn't being supported, you know, like he cries about, he wouldn't be there. It's the way that he lies about getting a lack of support. Like, people being candid about not fucking with you is not lacking support. And I feel like that's another layer to this, is like people will really tell you that you're doing too much about Chris Brown. Bitch, what has he lost? No, bitch, I'm finally breaking silence. About someone threatening to kill me. I feel like I told you about this person. I feel like I told you about this. I feel like me and you talked about it. But this is my second experience with Team Breezy. And again, them saying they wanted to kill me, I'm not going to lie. Like, them being angry makes sense. Like, there were a lot of things that went left. However, I was clearly trying to give them more information and some advice, and their energy was just very much off, and it was awkward because I'm literally trying to make sure that they understand, like, what's going on, and the whole time they're just like, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm like, I don't know, like, I have to hang up the phone because it's like, you're not going to tell me you're going to kill me on my phone. Like, that's I'm sorry. I just feel like there's something like just very sci-fi about that. Like, you're gonna tell me on the phone while we're talking, like, I'm alive right now, and you're telling me I'm gonna die. Like, girl, I'm sorry. Like, I have to go. Like, if that's the case, like, let me go prepare for this. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, if you're giving me a warning, like, girl, you're saying you're gonna kill me. Like, girl, I'm hanging up and I'm getting ready. Like, the I'm putting on a jacket at least. I'm putting on boots. Like I'm getting a knife. Like I'm getting my dirty mop. Like I'm getting a couple things ready because honestly, you might actually need to get mopped. Like what the fuck are you talking about? And the thing that's crazy to me is like I literally was just trying to be helpful and try to give them more information. And by that point, they were just like, "Fuck you," dude. And it's like, how you gonna say "fuck me" for? Like, why you say "fuck me" for? I'm trying to talk to you. Like it was just wild. Like real talk. I don't know, bitch. Like again, like some interactions with people are so loving and kind, and I'm like, thank you. And some are so wild, and I'm like, yo, like, Hmm. I'm not Steve Harvey. Truly. I'm just saying, like, if you like, I just feel like again, how often does the universe provide a phone call about your impending death? Like, that's just where I'm coming from. If you tell me I'm about to die, like, thanks. Like, now I'm gonna go get ready for that. I feel like we gotta get Angelo out of here. We gotta release the hounds. He's not talking about shit, which is honestly just fine. I really just wanted to come here and kick it. I just wanted to talk some shit. Sierra, what up? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for responding in the Discord about watching the Norbit drag. There's a YouTuber, I'm blanking on their name, unfortunately, right in the moment, but they made a video about the movie Norbit. And I really appreciated how they set it up because like there's so many great video essayists out here. Like I just watched a video essay on Harry Potter, bitch. Oh my god. They were really going in about how Harry Potter's always been really fucked up, like in terms of like racism, ableism, transphobia, like just the ways that J.K. Rowling describes fat people has been really fat phobic. And like the ways that I remember reading the books because my brother read them. And like he's a year and a half younger than me. So like I always kind of like was really close to him in like whatever we did like media wise. And I just remember like the books being really dope, but I feel like after book 4 I was done. I was not doing book 5. Because by then the movie started coming out and I was like, I'm gonna just wait to watch the shit but in ways I wonder like was I picking up on the fat phobia? I just remember thinking like I wish I was Hagrid because he seemed like a cool person. But in retrospect, like Hagrid was the only person that was treated kindly who was fat. Like, and in retrospect, maybe that's something I picked up on. Like all the other fat characters were seen as like bad people, evil people. Right. Thank you so much, Trill. But yeah, as I was saying, though, someone did a video essay about the fat phobia and anti-blackness of Norbit, and they really dug deep. Like they started off like going in about like Gen Z growing up seeing people being mocked for who they are. There were like noticing that there were jokes that weren't jokes, like noticing that some comedy was just racism, anti-blackness. And so with that being said, like people like they were kind of just standing on the critique that like there are Gen Z people who are very sensitive seemingly, but really it's more that there are Gen Z people who are very, how do I say this? They're very much aware now that they weren't always watching something funny. And that's something that some people who are older don't want to hear because of nostalgia, which I think fits into the combo about how like things can be terrible, but people can still be like, you know, like again, I there are some Chris Brown songs that are still good to me. If they were on in the club, I can't say I won't dance, but am I putting that shit on my phone? No. And I'm not saying that to be like, I'm just saying like, fuck Chris Brown. Like, but again, the fact that that's like something that like people are like, is wild. It's like, bro, like my thing is this, let Chris Brown fuck your ass up. Like, I just feel like that's the thing that always makes me laugh. It's like, let Chris Brown actually meet your ass and beat your ass. I don't want to hear nothing. Like, I feel like I don't want to hear a damn thing. I'm telling you right now. Because he done beat up fans, bitch. I'm crying. Harry Potter wasn't even like, I feel like in retrospect, like Harry Potter was very much like Cinderella fantasy. Like I think like if you've always felt like a magical kid or like you were special, neurodivergent, like between me and you, I feel like that's really it. Is like also a lot of us are poor. Like I'm not saying everybody, but I feel like a lot of Harry Potter fans were poor. And the idea that like you're really rich in another world, like in another world, that's not heaven. You don't have to die to go there. You just have to touch a port key and there's a bank full of money that your family left you. Your real family, not the evil people you live with. The story honestly really does call to like anyone who's ever felt abandoned by their family, who's maybe, not the best people, and maybe in some ways like you want to imagine something better about your past. And so I think like Harry Potter appeals to people who have bad backstories, who want to be good people, but have never been shown how. Living amongst people who are evil and demonic towards you, and then being able to go to a world where you're not only like rich, you're famous. And then I feel like, as I said, there was a video about Harry Potter that I shared on Twitter that was basically breaking down how Harry Potter actually was shitty as fuck, like as a friend, like on some like he's rich as fuck, but he like waited till like the fourth book to share any of his money. Also, like Ron's wand being broken and like him not just buying him a new one, and like just the ways that like clearly without the friend group, like Harry would have been fucked. Like Harry needed his community badly, but he never, like, again, it's the way that he was poor, living with the Dursleys. Like, does he know about mutual aid? Like, I'm not trying to come at it like he's such a piece of shit. I'm just saying the video was trying to make it seem like he's shady, but it's like, bitch, when did he learn how to be equitable? Like, Lois the Keys, that people tell you you're so famous and so important, they're treating you like you're more important. They're not expecting you to be an equal amongst the group. Hmm. Ooh. I mean, hear me out. This gonna sound how it sound, but as much as we did not get good fat black representation, I always thought Rasputia was beautiful. I know, I'm supposed to think she's ugly. I never thought that. I hated the minstrelsy of it all. But bitch, like Lois the Keys, I feel like between me and you, I thought she looked beautiful. And I feel like they definitely used a body double. Whoever's body double that was in the fucking in the cover of the movie, your belly was so cute, sis. Like if you ever see this video, just whatever happens, happens. But the person, the model who was on the Norbit box, beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like on some, when Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta looked at that stripper's pussy and said, "You have beautiful skin." I feel like that. Like, what's wild to me? Like, people will really like come in and be like, "My kink is farting. I'm gonna need you to like, yo, sex work is so boring." I want to talk about this too. Sex work is so boring right now. Oh my god, these men are so dusty. So dusty. Oh my god, the dustiest motherfuckers. And they're bullying bitches now. Like the sex work clients are bullying bitches now. It's getting bad. It's getting bad. Oh my god, you saw the TikTok? Oh my god, truly. If you ever come across it again, I'm gonna try to do some digging myself because I do have a TikTok. I don't post on there, not for any real reason. I just feel like I know you have to post to go live. I feel like that's the only way I would do TikTok is if I could just go live because I don't really want to make content. Like I feel like I'm down to cut some shit up and post it. I feel like I might have to do that. Oh, okay. I'm high as a bitch. I was like, hey, what? Woo. Yeah, no, the shit is called Strawberry Bonbon. Um, it was on sale. But I rolled it terribly. I like really badly needed a filter. Like I'm eating cookies every bowl. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. See, hear me out. I'm scared to go on TikTok for real. I feel like on YouTube I'm low key. And maybe I'm being ridiculous, but I feel like on YouTube it feels kind of like I'm in a cul-de-sac and it's mad houses, but we don't talk to each other like that. But it's a cul-de-sac, like we're close by each other, but we're not. It's not like on top of each other. Like we got separation. But on TikTok, my fear, like hear me out. I don't want to go viral again ever in my life. Like I'm cool, but the thing about it is I be saying shit that people could go viral for. That's the issue. Is like some of the things that I say, I'm gonna go viral. And so to get followers, you have to go viral seemingly, but I don't want to go viral to get followers. I want people to support me. Like I want to be supported. I don't want to have followers, if that makes sense. But I feel like that's a hard thing to set as an intention because again, it just seems like everyone that I watch doesn't say shit like this. They just create their content and go. But I don't know. I'm trying to be intentional because again, I don't do what everybody does. So I feel like I'm trying to be mindful about security culture and surveillance culture, but I'm also trying to be mindful about the fact that like YouTube definitely is throttling my content and like not sharing it everywhere. So is Twitter. And like I understand. Like it's funny. It's like both of the spaces, they know that people are watching my content, but they're like, we cannot post no ads here. They're like, bro, we cannot post no ads here. You're posting Patrice Lumumba. They're like, we cannot post an ad here. They're like, bitch, mutual aid, Black Panthers. Like, they're just like, sweetie, we can't advertise. Cool beans. I feel like me and Trilly have been having a very silly week. I feel like we're gonna probably touch base by Sunday at least about like regrouping, maybe before. You know what? Oh, my Twitter is at Marshmallow. And Cool Beans, thank you for bringing that up because I did want to speak on that. Me and Trilly were talking about watching the video together. Trilly, did you ever finish the video? Because the comment section is continuously responding to me. So I'm not sure if you made it through the whole thing. I watched majority of it. I didn't finish it because I wanted some of my thoughts to be fresh. But engaging with the comment section on that video is ill-advised. Please don't go up on there unless you have something principled to say. Personally, I feel like again they're a fellow mixed person. So if you're, I'm talking to mixed people here. I'm talking to lighter skinned people here. I'm not talking to black folks. Do what you want to do, obviously. But for my fellow mixed folk, like, please don't go up on there and try to antagonize this girl because this is a moment to call her in. This is not a moment to call her out. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people in the comment section who are watching her content and are speaking about black folks very poorly. So I want to also consider that, like, there are people in the comment section that may attempt to eat you the fuck up. So I'm trying to stop folks from getting harmed in the space and from causing harm. Just please keep that in mind. Like when folks are being anti-black and can get vicious, there can be a lack of shame. Word, I'm glad. I'm glad you're being intentional about the content because again, it's not easy content to get through. Like watching it had me incensed. I believe me and Trilly are only doing this because I called Trilly on some like, yo, like this is fucking crazy. And I'm grateful that we had the conversation that sparked the idea to do something that was collaborative. And as I said before, Trilly has an event coming up this month in Chicago. If folks were able to support because they're there, or if folks were even able to support financially, because again, going out of state, taking a trip, even though I know that they have accommodation, it might be nice to just support and let them know that the work that they're doing is meaningful to you. They also keep our streets clean, bitch. My God, street sweeper Trilly, like good God, like there are some people that come in here, ghouls, goblins. You've seen them, and what happened? Shot down with the F1, okay, with the shooters. So with that being said, if folks got some love to show, please show it. Truly, if you want to post your cash links up in here, but also the event, information if you got it. If you got it. But again, I just want folks to know that that's my dog. That's my dog. I fuck with them heavy, and they're hella cool, and they also again take care of us here. With that also being said, I look forward to that conversation. And if folks do have time to watch the video, just so they know what we're talking about, go ahead. But trigger warning for delusional mixed persons speaking on blackness, and including themselves and opening up the conversation to so many people to spew anti-blackness and not really having anyone to check the comment section for just harm unfolding. It just felt very like amateur. And there was a moment where she was talking about getting to 1K followers, so it feels like this could be rage bait, unfortunately, disguised as like in group critique, which is awkward. Like people were telling me, "Oh, she's black. She has the right to talk about black people being self-hating." And here's the thing: when mixed people are assuming that conversations around blackness are always for us to have, we are missing the moment to consider that there are ways to have conversations where there are people who are with us in conversation, to where it's not just us saying any old thing. Which brings me back to me and Trilly talking about this video. When I saw the video, I was disgusted and wanted to come here live. But I was like, what would actually make more sense? Like, I had to really pause and take a moment, because I also don't have type 4 hair. I have fine, low porosity type 3 hair. This is something I'm just realizing this year, though. I thought my hair was type 4 for a long time, which again is because of type 4 erasure. So, like I was saying, my desire wasn't to try to like call in my mixed sibling alone. I wanted to also like be in community and consider that there was so much more to say that I would not know about, that I couldn't add that I needed help. That's what I'm trying to acknowledge. And I hope more creators consider that there's conversations where like you need help, and like maybe having someone there with you, elevating them at the same time, because our thoughts are going to be elevated as lighter skinned mixed people. People are going to see us as like a natural historian. Like, it's very interesting. Like, I love to learn. I love to read, true. But like, I've had to I've caused harm to get here, and so I want to make sure that that's always mentioned, that like I wasn't just like, oh, I'm just so smart, I just know things. No, I caused harm, and in the unlearning, from what I've gathered, there's a way to reduce the harm, and so that's what I'm attempting to do. And so I want folks to look up harm reduction and just consider things that you do to maybe not stop harm, but maybe you're reducing it. There are going to be times where we can't really stop the anti-blackness, but how can we reduce it? How can we call it attention to it? How can we shift in real time? Those are things that I'm focused on at this point. But with that all being said, I'm not trying to do too much and get on a soapbox. I'm just trying to offer that it's not up to the oppressed to be sharing the information. Like, it's not up to black people to talk about black people. It's up to the rest of us to uplift what they're saying. It's on the rest of us to apply their lens to what the fuck we're seeing as well. It's on us. It's on the rest of us. And there are so many mixed people taking a back seat to the and I don't want to do too much and say labor, but just taking a back seat to showing up. I'll say that. And deciding to make content such as the content that this creator made, where they're talking about 4C hair being hated upon by people who have 4C hair while they don't have 4C hair. And so you would think they would call somebody with 4C hair and just try to check the tone on this one. And again, maybe if I was younger, I'd be her. Maybe that's what my content would have been if I was her age now. And so I'm also trying to hold that, like, there's going to be layers to the conversation. We're not just going to drag the bitch. We might drag the bitch, though, a little bit. Like, we might. Like, that might happen a bit. But again, I think the way that she's interacting in the comments is fascinating, because it's very clear she wants to have engagement. That's why she's responding in comment. But she also wants to talk about black women while not being one, and using her access, her black ancestry, to operate as if she knows things about black women or she can speak to it. All the while, there's so many moments in the video where she's using very offensive little clips, little memes that are so anti-black. And I did not see one fucking comment addressing that shit. And so there were so many things in that video that really disgusted me and made me want to, as I said, come here and talk about it. But I'd rather us have the conversation together. I think the plan is to watch the video together and like be able to stop and start it at different points just so that it can be lengthy, but also so that it can be more thorough. Because again, her video is pretty long, but I think the ideas it inspires within the comment section, which I will be including clips of the comment section, the ways that once you open the door to being anti-black, so many people will come into the room and will show their face and will be very candid about how much they really hate black people, black women, black trans people, black queer people, black non-men. And that's what I see in her comment section. I see her being anti-black, and I see people being anti-black with her under the guise of, oh, well, we're talking about people who are not operating a way that we like. And so it's like, okay, so there are black people that you're seeing who are, from what I'm noticing, emoting honestly about how they feel about their hair. That's really not on anyone to comment on. Like, if we're noticing someone being candid about something, I don't know why we have to take it amongst ourselves, especially when we're not living there. I think that's the biggest part for me, is like the creator doesn't live there. Like their hair being hard, them overcoming anti-black hate against their hair, like that was a lot easier for me as well. Like there's just so many things that you can do with your hair when people are like not demonizing it. There's so many ideas that you can inspire in yourself when people are not coming for your hair. And again, it's the ways that like growing up, I assumed I had type 4 hair, but really I didn't have the right products for my hair. At this point now, I feel ridiculous looking at type 4 hair, realizing no, I clearly don't. But again, the erasure is deep. Right. Truly, I appreciate you genuinely. 14-year natural though, come through. And again, even the ways that like so many black women have a history of like having someone else perm their hair and then them take that on and then them having to like let that go. Like there's so many layers to the type 4 girlie's hair experience, and the ways that like, again, even my mom perming my hair, all of that is to make me feel like my hair needed something to be okay. And like what that signals, and even the ways that like once it was happening too much, my shit fell out and then my mom got scared. But that's the thing that's even more insane. Why would you put chemicals on your child's head and then watch the hair fall out and like not consider talking to maybe a black beautician? Like, again, it's the ways that like there were so many ways that like being a mixed person, having a mixed hair texture and not being taught anything, and then later in life getting access to certain products and realizing, oh shit, like I was just being neglected. Like realizing like as a mixed person you were just being neglected, that you don't have type 4 hair. Like that's something that again a lot of us have to figure out at some point. But that's the thing too, even like the getting a perm thing, like my mom wasn't putting a perm in my hair because it was so hard to manage. She was anti-black. Like we have to hold that like not everyone's perming their child because they're trying to manage their hair easily. Like that's not why. Like there are some anti-black folks fucking black men, and they will perm our heads when we're babies. They will do things to our bodies because we're little babies. Right. Again, I'm excited for this combo. Like I'm sure. Like just with your comments, I can tell. Like the way that you're out here, sharing your experience, and also the ways that she's wanting to have this combo. And it's clear. Like where are your friends? Like where are your friends? Because this could never be a conversation a mixed person could have. Like, and it's the way people in the comment section are like, mixed people can have type 4 hair. Mixed people can be brown skin. All of the things that like people say to deflect from the combo, it's just again, there's gonna be so many layers to it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Do you think we should do wine or mushrooms? Like, you let me know what we should do. How should we make it festive? I want it to be a celebration because again, it really can. And again, I'm wondering if like maybe we should like employ a call in line or something because that might be fun too to have people call in and talk about their experiences. That could be something maybe down the line. Doesn't have to be today. It could be maybe in the response, like maybe people in the comment section decide later on that they want to call in and talk about the conversation. That might be fun because I know there are so many people. Like when I brought this combo to Twitter, were like, I don't see how this is anti-black, and I was like, word. And again, that's not my spirit. Isn't like gotcha. Like I'm trying to just show you all the anti-black stuff that you wouldn't see. It's not that. It's more that like as I unlearn, I'm holding that there's a value in being the oppressor and saying, hey, like this is how we're harming as well. Because someone black saying something about her video will be attacked. Period, point blank. Like if one of my faves covered her video, they would be dragged. And so it wouldn't be worth it for them to talk about this. But it's worth it for me because honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like Melinda is a mixed person who clearly has experienced anti-blackness and internalized anti-blackness, and so therefore she feels like she must talk about this experience. And in ways, I'm grateful that she's opening up her mouth because even though she's, spreading misinformation and being violent, she's also doing something which allows us a moment to like transition like the harm that could be unfolding. So I don't want to like completely like make it seem like, oh fuck Melinda. It's really not that. It's really more that like I'm grateful for mistakes that some of us make because it leads to a conversation that some of us were hoping would be had someday. Like there's gotta be people out there who are hoping that like somebody corrects Melinda. There were people in the comments in the comment section saying like, you can say whatever you want, but it doesn't stop the reality. Like there were people who were clearly black trying to like let Melinda know she's wrong, but they were trying to make it seem like a little casual comment. And I want to just bring attention to the ways that like when us mixed people cause harm to black people, they will at times be very, 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 very gentle with us, not because we deserve it, but because of how other people are surveilling their behavior and them not being nice to us. And when I'm saying nice to us, I mean being coerced into behaving and not employing righteous anger. Because again, I called Trilly angry as fuck and was dragging. And it's the ways that like again had a deep dark skinned person seen this content and made content about it, someone would be accusing them of being angry because they're jealous of light skinned people. Like that's another layer to this. Is like there are so many people that think people are jealous of us. And the thing about it is, first, jealousy is not a problem. Number two, we live in a world that is setting people up to be jealous of people. Like we're not living in a world that makes it equal for all of us, right? And so again, the same way that I don't think anyone's fucking bad for being jealous, I think that we have to hold that that's a derailment tactic. That like talking about people's righteous jealousy is really just not where we should be at this point. Like it's very much a way to derail and decenter what is being said. If harm is happening, why are we focused on the righteous feelings of others? Let's focus on the harm. If we focus on the harm, we actually don't have time for that. Right. No, exactly. And see, that's the thing too. It's like the idea though that like either of us could be shady towards her when like what we're saying is like, again, people think that we as lighter skinned people are owed a certain tone or kindness. And I'm gonna be real with you. Like the moments that were the most impactful for me were when people were not employing niceness. Like when people were being very direct with me and offering consequences to my behaviors, that was the most impactful to me. I'm not saying anyone black owes me that. What I'm offering is there were moments where black folks did connect with me directly and without the performative coddling that a lot of us get. And I will never forget those moments because, again, they were extremely rare. Because, again, as I've had to take note of, there are times where I'll be wrong, I'll be fucked up, I'll be down bad, and people will really just not say. People will just get away from me. They won't really take the time. And I'm not saying that I'm owed that. What I'm saying is that there are a lot of times where I can be off as fuck and people will not bother. And so I'm grateful for moments of intervention, of course, but at the same time, like, it's very rare that someone's gonna risk their social capital to support you in a moment where you're fucking down bad. And I want to just hold that as well, that there are gonna be black folks that are like, I don't care if you learn and you get better. And that's real. There are gonna be a lot of black folks who really don't care if you figure it out, if you unlearn. And I hope that, like, folks realize that's great. Like, there are so many black folks who have poured so much in to help the world not be anti-black when that is not their job. And so to expect anyone black to do a damn thing is just insane. I just really hope folks realize, like, ask someone white. Like, just that, I feel like that's how I want to leave you today. Ask someone white. Like, before you ask anyone black, ask someone white. And then ask someone, like, that you're not sure what they are. Like those two people, those two groups. Ask the whites and the spicies. Be like, what? Like, do you have money? That's it, for real. Before you ask somebody black for anything, and then honestly, ask them to give somebody black money too. The fuck? Like, real talk. Like, I want y'all to just consider that. Just consider that. Just transfer the money. Just get the support. Like let's. Like, it's so frustrating sometimes. It's like, man, people, like, sometimes it blows me. Like, it blows me sometimes that, like, us privileged people will really operate like it's much safer to be quiet when your silence is, like, so dangerous. Like, I just want to hold that right now. Like, the people that watch my content and don't uplift the things that I share, don't uplift the black folks that I share, like, your silence, but your obvious looking, that is violent as fuck. Like, I just hope that y'all realize that like, it's wild to be surveilled as much. Like, I feel like that's where I'm at. The numbers are insane. The amount of views my content gets, like, we're talking over 90,000 views per fucking week. And if you look at my engagement, nothing. People are terrified to share my content. People are terrified to uplift it. If you're not black, babe, like, it's not on black folks to share all of this shit. Like, it be blowing my mind, but also the ways that, like, before I was outspoken about being mixed, all the content that was being shared of mine, it's like spooky shit at this point to me. Like, it's creepy to me. It's like, whoa, like, content that actually realigns so many of us around the concept of, like, uplifting the most marginalized. Ghost town. And again, I think that's also why when me and Tanya got in the back and forth, I was so fucking annoyed because I'm like, you know how many people have blocked me because they're mad because they're not black anymore, they think, because of my content? Like, bro, like, I feel like it's wild in retrospect to think about, like, how many people are, like, not my friend internet-wise anymore because my content implicates them in harm as it does me. And again, I'm not saying this to be like, feel bad for me. I'm saying this to say that, like, talking to fellow light-skinned people, like, I literally told y'all the other day that there was a light-skinned person that I was cool with that was still telling black folks that they're black, that was still holding that they have a black mom, they never met their dad's side and all this and that. And I was telling them, I'm like, you know, but when you were telling me about how you say that you're black and then, you know, the black person you're talking to looks at you kind of confused. I'm like, you don't see that as harm unfolding? Like, that confusion, like, that you're making them feel is part of harming them because, like, they're now trying to understand, like, what you're meaning really. And they know you're not black, but, like, they have to now play along with you. Like, that's actually a lot. And I feel like that conversation I don't really know how it ended truly. I feel like they had already revealed something to me that was really personal. So I was like, I hope you have a good day, after saying all that I said. But I feel like we got off the phone very quickly after that. And then, like, most recently, we had a fucking falling out because I corrected them in a moment that was perhaps too public for them. And I feel like I did it with love, but I feel like at the end of the day, I think like talking to fellow light skinned people, like I'm not saying I'm not gonna keep doing it. I'm just trying to offer that like it's so rare that it happens. Like I feel like a lot of light skinned people are just watching my content. Like they're not really saying anything. I think a lot of us are scared to say stuff because we don't want to be wrong instead of just like saying what we're hearing, saying what we're feeling. I'm not saying every conversation is for us. What I'm trying to offer is that like there are a lot of people that are afraid of getting in trouble, but it's such a weird thing because it kind of sets up this idea that there are black people waiting to hurt you. Like, are you okay? Like, please stop. Like, please. Like, again, like there's so many of us that are operating as if like we can't uplift certain content because what? Or again, the fallout of uplifting content that connects all of us in harm. Like, I'm not trying to make it seem like folks can't be triggered, but it's the way that us light skinned people get triggered and then we disappear and talk shit about each other. And I'm sure there's other communities that do the same. Don't get me wrong. But it's the ways that like I've reached out to fellow light skinned people that are mixed as fuck and like their energy was very much like fuck you. And it's the way that you can feel that like someone don't fuck with you and they didn't even gotta say it. Like the energy is not the same no more. And again, it's the ways that like it feels very Cinderella like fucking glass slipper. It's like, oh damn, like, oh shit. And again, there's a part of me that feels like some of them think that if they throw me away, they can maintain being black. I don't want to. I don't even want to go deeper into that. I feel like that's just a thought that popped up for me. That like if they don't watch my content, if they don't engage, then like they can still be a black person over here. Again, there are moments where I think to myself how wild it is that when I thought I was black and gaslighting and manipulating people, people seemingly treated me much better than when I started to say like I am not a black person and there are other ways for me to connect. There are other ways for me to connect what's unfolded in my life outside of just simply anti-blackness, like just acknowledging the ways that like yes, like I will be experiencing anti-blackness probably for the rest of my life. Asterisk. I'm not the target though. And so it's the ways that like there are people that will be harmed because they look similar to someone marginalized, but like that's not the same thing. And again, it's the ways that it's case by case. It's the ways that there's times where like people don't think that I am a black person, so therefore they don't think that I'm deserving of harm. So with that being said, there's going to be ways that we talk about ourselves as mixed people that may be triggering, unnerving, distressing. And from what I've noticed, there are a lot of mixed people who are just very much not interested in either having a conversation or even like being in community passively. Like I feel like there are a lot of mixed folks I used to be cool with that like literally like whew, it's awkward. And it's like if I again, I want to be candid that there's going to be people that we just don't connect with anymore, and that's fine. But there's also going to be moments where we connect with people, and then like they don't want to connect anymore, or their content. Now I don't know. I haven't had that experience where like, well, I don't know. I feel like I can't think of a moment where someone was like posting something that was radical and I wasn't there yet. Like I can't think of that moment right just now. I'm sure it's happened. But I'm just like, I'm really trying to think of what that really feels like, to see something true and not want to sit with it. Oh no. Yo, this is unrelated as fuck, but I saw a video of FD Signifier that I want to talk about so bad. He was basically telling black people to go outside and protest, and I wanted to beat his ass. And I know some people don't want to hear me say that, but I want you to know that I mean that with so much love. That like, if anybody tries to tell anybody black to go outside and get snatched up, like I want to beat your ass. Like that's just how the fuck I feel. Like I'm not gonna feel opposite of that. Like anyone saying for someone black to go outside to be a part of this moment, fuck you. You're weird. And I feel like he already did something weird when he fucking made that video talking about biracials are black and like had Miles World get harassed literally last year. Like I literally think that he is an op and I don't think people see it, and I'm so fucking terrified because real talk, like there's so many men that will make content that's harmful. Word. Word. I feel like I talked about this in a video I posted. It's called like, I think it's called like I didn't expect to be back like this, and it basically was a video where I was talking about being in Clubhouse during the pandemic. So like during like 2020, I was like in Ohio, and I was living with some white people that were demonic. And so I knew that like I could not rely on them for conversation and socializing. And I also was going live on Periscope a lot at that time, and like I really felt like I was like really burning y'all out. Like I felt like I was periscoping so hard, and so I was like I have to find another online space to talk because I feel like I cannot go live all the time. I also feel like again I was living with like hater white people, so it's like I just feel like they were so jealous that like I could go on my phone and talk to people. Like I feel like they were all incredibly lonely and jealous of me. And it was really sad because it's like, bitch, you could call your mom, your auntie, like a lot. Like y'all have people to call if you wanted to. But it just felt like, it feels like whiteness is very much contingent on like familial harm. I don't want to go too deep into it, but there was a video I shared by this person named Bazia. And it's from the perspective of black psychoanalysts. And if you are a black person or just a person who is more interested in hearing about the nuance of racecraft or the idea of race mattering very deeply as a thing, as a system, I want y'all to check it out because there are so many black psychoanalysts on that video who are so candid about like white supremacy and whiteness, and it's content that if you've been perhaps doing decolonizing work, you might appreciate because again, there are so many moments where you'll meet black folks that will never break that fourth wall and be candid with you about anti-blackness as a non-black person. Because of how I look in my phenotype, black folks talk to me a lot about anti-blackness, and I'm very grateful. But with that being said, there are a lot of us mixed people who do not get any kind of debrief on anti-blackness, any kind of understanding around it, any kind of like where the fuck it like when it's manifesting, and like again the layers of it. And I don't want to ever purport to know all of the anti-blackness. I don't. And again, with that being said, even black folks don't know all of the anti-blackness. Like the ways in which it operates is very fucking insidious and very much embedded within everything. And so the layers are upon layers. With that being said, it's the ways that like when I was around my ex's white family and I was so fucking desperate for like communication, I went on Clubhouse and started getting into rooms. And there was a moment where I cannot remember what the name of the room was. I wish I could. But there was a woman in the room who was describing herself like I would describe myself. And it was a very interesting conversation because it really felt like I was getting information that I would not possibly get anywhere else. Like in retrospect, who like I like it's really fucked up to say this, but like I don't know anyone else that would like tell me this information. Like when I think back to it, and I'm glad you brought this up, when I think back to it, I don't think that anyone else would tell me this but a black person. What up, Ansira? I don't think it would matter to anyone, especially a black woman. I don't think it matters to anyone more than black women, black femmes, black trans people, that this is a conversation that is being uplifted, right? And so with that being said, like I feel like there's there's a group on Clubhouse or many groups of many black people just talking candidly. And I was grateful to be in a room where there was someone who was mixed like me who was talking. And the person was saying something along the lines of, um, word. I appreciate you. But yeah, no, I feel like I don't know that she was calling her mom a quadroon. I just know that like the way she talked about her family was how I would talk about mine. And so then like I started to notice that people in the room were telling her like you are not a black person. And yeah, no, I think it probably was her. Like perhaps if you were on Clubhouse back in 2020, then we may be talking about someone similar because it really felt like in that moment, if I really think back, if I'm trying to like go all the way back to it, like the girlie was very much like hurt about it and was pushing back, but like it felt like at the same time there was more room for the black folks to speak than her, which is very rare. Like us mixed people take up a lot of space talking. And so I just remember like her talking and black folks shutting her down and nobody was being anti-black and being like, no, 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 no. Like people were like shutting the fuck up and letting black folks like actually finish their point. And so I was like, oh shit, like this is real as fuck. Thank you. Like I was just grateful because in that moment I started to sit with like my anti-blackness, started to sit with the ways I've been colorist, I've been harmful, and I was like, damn, like this is deeper than I thought. And again, I remember taking mushrooms one time and having a thought. I don't remember what the thought was, and I thought to myself, is that a light skin thought? And then the mushroom was like, bitch, you're light skinned. Every thought you think is gonna be light skinned. And I was like, damn, that's true. Thank you. And like again, it's the ways that like that moment of like someone being decentered in blackness in real time ricocheted. Like I don't know how many other people were in that room that were like, damn, that's true. And what happened next, all I know is what I got from that room really did change my life for the best. And I'm not trying to do too much, but I started looking deeper into my tarot card, into my birth chart. And it was basically telling me that like my entire life is going to be like trying to figure out like the many truths and also being honest about the ways that I fucked up. Like this is apparently like something like in my chart that like I really do like that, like being honest about things that people shouldn't, or I don't say shouldn't, things that people are not usually honest about is part of like my soul mission, is like being an elder that's like not afraid of being wrong or being honest about being wrong, because there's going to be a lot of younger people, as I said, I've seen it before, like young people getting mad that they're wrong, and the next thing you know, people getting blocked, getting banned, accounts getting deleted, and it's like, bitch, that's how you're gonna handle being wrong. Like it's so wild. Like the people that go the furthest to try to harm you, like when they're wrong and they're called out, like they can't sit with their shame. But that's another thing, is like I've been trying to sit with my shame in real time, talk about what it was looking like, talk about how bad it got. Like there's layers to it, but I know not everyone's gonna appreciate that content because again, a lot of us have a lot of shame. A lot of us feel like shit. It's okay. Like you're not wrong. Like there's going to be moments where you don't feel your best, but there's going to also hopefully be moments where you remind yourself that you're worth loving, even when you do make mistakes. That like making mistakes sucks. True. What you gonna do now? You gonna apologize? You gonna try to repair the rupture? Like what's next? Like are you gonna keep on being shady and shitty? Like you get to take a moment and take stock of it. Like I just want people to remember, like keep going. Like if you don't feel good now, just like maybe try to atone for what you did. Like if you're realizing like that wasn't a move you would make again, maybe say that. Just consider that. Like it's never too late to be honest about how you fucked up. But again, some of us will rather just disappear and get quiet as fuck. Meanwhile, how many people have done the same thing and would actually probably come closer to you, would actually probably want to talk to you more because you're empathizing with yourself. Therefore, they feel safer. Like you're not going to judge them for what they've done as well. Again, that's part of my birth chart. I'm telling you, Shani, bitch, Shani. It's still free, I think, for the rest of this month. Saturn 30, bitch. Saturn 30. I'm telling you, look into your birth chart. See, I don't remember the girlie talking about her mom being bullied for being blonde and Creole. I don't know that that's the same person. I don't think that that was the same person because again, if she would have said that, I would have definitely brought that up. It was more that like she was bringing up that like she was more so bringing up all these fractions and how she figured out that she's black. Like 1 + 1 = 30. And I was just sitting there in real time like, damn bitch, like this sounds like me. Like I'm literally counting up all these black people and making all these fractions to try to equal like being a black person. Meanwhile, there are black people in the chat like y'all aren't black. Mic drop. Y'all aren't black. Period. Y'all aren't black. Now go to sleep. And it was just like, oh damn. Again, in the moment, it was very much like, damn, like I was grateful in the moment that she was talking because I felt like, damn, like this could have been said to me. Which is why I won't forget it. Because like I said, moments where black folks are not coddling and being nice to us, mixed people who are lighter skinned, who are just in their spaces, like causing confusion and chaos, like moments where black folks are being direct are very memorable and very much moments that do transition and shift and decenter folk. I'm not saying that I'm owed that. What I'm saying is I'm grateful. That's it. I'm saying I'm grateful as fuck for black folks for being plain about the harm and confusion. Yes, my mom identifies as black, and I posted a picture of her like in one of my old videos. Like if you go on my actual videos, not my lives, there is like a video where I'm like talking about like my family, and you see my mom and my brother, and like that's the brother I always say like who doesn't benefit from mixedness, who tells me that people never think he's mixed, but he stays around my mom, I think because he wants to be seen as a mixed person. He wants to be held as a mixed person. He wants to be seen in his mixedness. And so with that being said, like my mom saying that she's black and my brother saying that he's mixed is awkward as fuck. Because it's like, why are you fighting so hard to be seen as mixed? But our mom fighting real hard to be seen as black. Do y'all understand how insane it was to grow up in a household like that? Like where someone brown skin who's mixed is like, no one thinks I'm mixed and is mad. Then my white mama is mad because I said that she's white. Whenever people people would ask me, like I remember the first time I was aware that people knew my mom was white. I was walking with my mom to school and a white bitch walked up to me to my desk out of nowhere. Bitch, I'll never forget this. I'm sitting at my desk minding my business at school. A white bitch that I don't know, who is very much seen as like a popular white girl, stops by my desk and goes, I saw you walking with a white lady. And I was like, that's my mom. And like that was that. Like I didn't explain shit else to her. She saw somebody white, that's what it was. But from there, I just kept on with it because it's like I'm not about to like, do all this. But at some point my mom was like, Todd, you be telling people I'm white? And I was like, I'm like, sometimes. Like, I felt bad as hell. I was like, sometimes. But I could tell in her voice, she was like upset. And then she got mad as fuck. And it was awkward because, again, that's what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with white people telling me they see a white bitch. I'm dealing with a white bitch telling me she black. So it's like, of course I'm fucked up. I'm not trying to take away from the ways that I was fucked up as an adult that could read. I'm just trying to offer that the ways that people see blackness or the ways people see mixedness is different. And I want to also hold that, like, before, like, or growing up, like, my mom would insist that we are black. And my mom would say shit like black is as dark as insert something colorist and as light as a dove. So, again, it's the ways my mom would literally be colorist in connecting herself to blackness. And see, that's the thing, Aunt Sierra. Like, they're not black. Like, they're very much biracial. Like, I feel like we have to hold them as whole mixed people. Mixed is many looks. I'll say that. Mixed is many looks. White is many looks. Latin is many looks. Black is not. And I just want to hold it like that. That, like, a lot of folks that, like, will say that they're black passing. It's like, to who? Like, I feel like it really depends on who we're talking about, who we're looking at. Because, again, there are people that say that I'm black passing when I'm very clearly not. But, again, it's the ways that us mixed people are lying about being black to the point where now people think blackness is many colors and it's not. So I be fighting with my own community. Like my own mixed people be fighting with me. Like my own mixed people be saying they're mixed and be mad at me for saying we're mixed because they want to be mixed and black at the same time, which is awkward. But it's not when you consider that blackness is a benefit to anyone non-black, and it's obvious. Look at how many white people have tried on what they thought was blackness, that took on aesthetic, that pandered to minstrelsy. Just consider that. Consider Ariana. Consider Miley. Consider, what up, Tay? Consider what the other considers as black and what they'll put on to signify that they are it or that they have access to it. That's what I'm trying to offer. That like black passing is not real, but there are people that are mixed that will look closer to black because there are mixed people in black spaces saying that they're black. So that's where I'm at. That's how I'm trying to hold it. But with that being said, there's also a layer of anti-blackness that is like unfolding, where there are a lot of like us mixed people who are again considering themselves black and mixed, and there are people that are like thinking that that's a real thing, and it's really not. And I feel like that's a hard thing to sit with for some people because again, it's the ways that like mixed people are always whole mixed people, and there's just a desire to keep on erasing black people that we have to talk about in a certain tone, a certain spirit, because it's the ways that like there are some people very triggered by the combo. I remember recently someone in one of our Sunday dinners had brought up that if certain people weren't seen as black people, how many black people would really be in this or that space. And it made me consider that like the way we talk about this combo has to be with the mindset that there are people who are applying blackness to people in different ways. And I want to say again, someone recently reached out to me and said, I didn't know when the change happened. I didn't know when we stopped being black, and was talking about being a mixed person, but obviously being in black spaces, having access to black spaces, having access to maybe black people in a particular way, and now they don't. And the way is that like obviously for some of us mixed people that is disorienting. Like that's a real thing that some of us are feeling. But there is a way that like some of us are talking that makes it seem like black folks are taking something from us or are making it seem like we're not something anymore, when it's really that we never were and we were causing harm, and we have to hold it like that. We don't need to be like asking black folks like why we're not black anymore. Like that's weird. I'm grateful they asked me, a fellow mixed elder. But with that being said, like there are going to be mixed people who are bombarding black people with questions about why they're not black. And it's inappropriate. I hope that we consider that as well. That like there are going to be elders who don't want to talk to you about being mixed, about the harm of dealing with anti-blackness while being mixed. Like there's going to be many black people who don't want to hear about it because again, it's the way that the conversation centering on us is really, it's inappropriate because we're not the target. We will get hit, but we're not the target. Even white people get hit with anti-blackness. They're not the target, but they will get hit. It's the way that we have to talk about it because we're not the target, but we will get hit. So with that being said, I hope that folks got something from this. If not, there are so many community posts that I'm sharing that I hope you will look deeper into because there are so many people saying so many great things. And I hope everyone has a good ass evening. Also, before I go, there is a sale on my Twitter, and there is also a mutual aid post on my Twitter. I would really appreciate it being uplifted. This week was really scary and crazy, and like I just had a couple of things go left for me, and I would really appreciate support by literally just being uplifted. If you don't have it to offer, that's totally fine, but please share the content that I'm uplifting, especially the ones where we're calling for funds for folks, because again, like there's so many people out there who are not broke. Like if you are personally broke, that is real as fuck. Please reach out if you need a flyer shared. That's one thing I'm offering to the collective as like a free resource. If you need someone to make a flyer for you, if you need someone to make a flyer for your situation, if you don't know where to start, I've made many flyers and I can absolutely make one for you. But with that also being said, as a request, I'm hoping that folks can understand that Running a business online is hard as fuck. Trying to not die out here is crazy as hell. And I am really hoping that folks understand that I fucking hate having to ask for support, but we all need support. And like, as much as I fucking hate asking, like, I really think I more so hate the reality that like there are people that will try to make fun of me for fucking needing help and like try to make me feel bad and like try to like bring up instances of where I needed help. And it's like, you only know I needed help because I broke silence, because I like trust in collective. And so I feel like my energy is very much like thank you in advance for not being mean to me. Like thank you in advance for not being shady to me, like for being broke. Like just thank you. Cause I feel like that's what I want to focus on the most is like the people that don't make me feel hard to love or support. Just thank you for that. Anyways, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.